Welcome to another tutorial by Quiet Waters Computer Services. In this Joomla tutorial, we're going to go through all of the nav options that you have on the admin side of Joomla. And we're going to start on this tutorial with the system icon. So when you go to the admin side of Joomla and log in, this is the page that you land on, and that page is called the control panel. You can see popular articles, recently added articles, site information, logged in users, as well as, whoops, hit a button there, go back, just as well as adding new articles, looking at all your articles, your category, your media, structures, modules, users, global, whole bunch of things. Now down at the bottom, this is pretty important. If you ever come into the admin side of Joomla and up at the top, it'll tell you that there's an update for Joomla or there's an update for one of your various extensions. You can simply click the button up there, or you can click one of the buttons down here and then it'll take you to that update that needs to be done. You just check mark it and click update, and it's a really handy feature that Joomla can update itself through this feature, and extensions can all be updated through this feature as well. So that's the control panel option. Under global configuration, this is where you put it in maintenance mode, and this is where you have your website name, as well as a custom message. Here's the default editor. I've got Arc Editor in here. Default CAPTCHA, default list limit and feed limit. I always increase those to 100 so I don't have to hit the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 page button at the bottom of each one of the article sections. You've got your meta site description and the meta keywords, the robot text, content rights. You can either show or hide the Joomla version. And over here under SEO, you've got a bunch of SEO options as well as some cookie options if you need them. Under the System tab, this is where it shows your path to your temp folder, the help server, debugging options, cache settings, and session settings. Under Server, we have the path to the temp folder, gzip page compression, which we don't use, error reporting, Force SSL if you are SSL, your server time location, and you even got FTP settings. Now, if you do decide to enable this, you'll have to put in all of your FTP settings. I'm not a big advocate of that because I do manual uploads through the Joomla extension program where I install things. Like if I'm adding a plugin, a component, a module, or a theme, I have those on my machine. I click the upload button and I upload them that way. I believe it's more secure. So I stay away from that. And if you've got any proxy settings that need to be addressed, you've also got that available. On the right, you've got database settings, and you don't need to mess with any of these. These were set up by Joomla when you did your initial install. Down below is the mail settings. The mail handler is PHP instead of SMPTE or send mail because we're allowing Joomla to send it through the server. And the from email address is going to be your email address you want to receive email at, and the name, and I just happen to put in the tutorial name. And you can also disable mass mail. Mass mail is you have the ability in Joomla to mail everybody at one time. Permissions, I never messed with this, but if you need to change some permissions for site login, change it there. Administrative login, super user, they're all permissions. And under test filter, I never messed with this, but if you need to add filter tags or filter attributes, this section is for that. And there is a legend down at the bottom giving you a brief explanation of what it is. So that's global configuration. Now under global configuration, we have global check-in. What is global check-in? Well, we're going to go over here to articles, open that in a new tab, so that you can see that here we have a bunch of articles, but you'll notice one of them has a little checkbox or a padlock on it. And it has the padlock on it because it still needs to be checked in. If you're in the article manager, you can just check mark that and hit the check in button. But if you want to do everything at once, let's say you've got some modules, plugins, and articles that you haven't checked in, you can simply go to the System Global Check-in option, which is where we're at, check mark all of them, and simply hit check in. Once that's done, you can see that anything that was checked out is now checked in. Clear cache, we all know what a cache is if you're a web designer, and if there's a cache there, you just select everything and delete, and if there's any expired cache, you just click on Clear Expired Cache. Nothing appears on that list. And then the only thing left under the system icon is your system information. And this gives you the lowdown on your settings, your PHP build, the database version, all the way down to the Joomla version and your user agent. That's the browser that you're using to get in and work on the admin side of the site. So that's everything there is underneath the system navigation button. So the next tutorial will cover users and user management. So thanks for watching.